Well, back with Two Sisters Mindset Monday on this March 13th with our amazing guest, Lynn Delmastro-Thomson. Lynn, we chatted a lot about obviously your story, where you were to where you are today. And I'm thinking about your graduate school. When you decided not to pursue that, because it's like when you make a huge decision, there's a lot of mindset that goes into that.
For sure.
The right thing, do it. Like, what is in my heart? Like, what was I feeling? What were you feeling when you made that decision? Nah, I'm going this way.
I think, in the beginning, it felt like it was just, I couldn't go down that path anymore. So that was what I was thinking, is this is not for me. And I had to take the courage to say, I don't know what's for me. Like in that moment, I kind of just leapt into, I'm just going to get a job. And that was my first step, was just to get a job. And in that moment, actually, or in those, following weeks of leaping, it was like the path appeared. I always kind of think of that movie with Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, and he can't see, he has to walk across that path. It felt very much like that, where I was like, I had to just trust. And then the stones kind of like appeared in front of me and I could walk across and be like, oh, this is what I want to do with my life.
You know what? I'm picturing that as you're walking through the stones. For some people, it may be, through the fire or whatever it is. But the point is, you did it in such a way where you may not have known where the journey may end up, but you took the path to get there. And that takes so much courage, especially with everything that you've been through.
It certainly did. And, I realized that I had been terrified when I graduated college to go out and get a job. Like, looking back at how all of it started, was like, oh, I'm a really good student. Maybe I can be a student for like my whole life, I think was running in the back of my mind. So it was like, I'm good at this and I like history. So, maybe this is the path. And I had to let go. I had to let go of that and say, I don't know in this moment where I'm going to end up. I'm just going to, do the adult thing. Because for me, like, getting a job represented becoming an adult in some way that I didn't want. And let me just get a job because I need the health insurance more than anything else in this moment. And then once I kind of owned that, it was like, oh, like I started experiencing, these other healing modalities. And I remember very clearly in one of the biofeedback sessions, I had this thought, oh, when I start to heal, I could see myself doing this with other people, and the same thing happened for yoga. Like, oh, I could see myself learning how to teach this style of yoga because I think people need this.
Wow, that is so fascinating and so resonated with me. I thank you so much for taking the time to do this very quick post-podcast chit-chat with Two Sisters on this Mindset Monday, March 13th. And wowzers, ain't no stopping you now.
That's right.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, everyone. And we'll see you again real soon.